So I'm going to go over 1-9. It's a little further back, but I think 114 summed up the transformations of graphs. 11, 12, and 13 were all like about midline, reflections, amplitude. And so hopefully I don't need to do those videos just yet. 1-9, reciprocal of trig ratios. Before we get into this, you need to memorize this. You need to memorize this. We have angles at every 30 degrees, or this is pi. So we divide into 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6, and reduce it to that. So every 7, 6, 8, 6, 9, 6, 10, 6, 11, 6, 12, 6, 2 pi. And then we have the quarters, which is divided by 4. So there's pi, pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, 6 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, 8 pi over 4. Those are the radians. At each of those, because this is x and y, they have a coordinate. And this is where you really need to memorize which is a half and which is square root of 3 over 2. Well, notice that they're all divided by 2. So this coordinate is up to right here. I'll draw it in my highlighter so that way it doesn't mess up my circle. So it goes like this. This is a triangle. So this is my y, and this is my x. So my y is 1/2, and my x is square root of 3 over 2. This one is equal. My x and my y are the same value. And this one flips. Okay, my y is longer, my x is shorter. Then, to duplicate it, this is at the same place this one is, but this x is negative. This is the same place this is, but this x is negative. This is the same as this, but this x is negative. Then when you go down, this is a reflection. So this is the same distance as this, but this y is negative. Again, y is negative. These are the same, y is negative. The other way, x and y are negative down here. X and y negative, x and y negative. You need to memorize the circle. Now, of course, we have positive angles, and then we have negative angles. Negative start here, 0, and go around. So negative, if you want negative pi over 2, make this a little smaller. If you want negative pi over 2, it's a reflection of the positive. So this is negative pi over 2. Because this is 0, this is negative pi over 2. 0, positive pi over 2. If you want negative 3 pi over 4, well, there's 3 pi over 4. Negative 3 pi over 4 is equivalent to this one, 5 pi over 4. Okay? So we're going to use the circle to find these values. Remember, sine is y. I don't want to write on this because I lend it out to people, but sine is y, cosine is x. So the reciprocal functions means that you find sine, cosine, or tangent and take the reciprocal. Reciprocal means to flip it. I don't like using the term flip it, but that's what you do. The only one that's taking the reciprocal but it's a little straightforward is tangent and cotangent. So tangent is y over x. So cotangent is x over y. So you could just divide them and not necessarily have to find the reciprocal. But all these cosecant, now to remember which one goes with which, you would think this went to cosine. No, it goes to sine. So you find sine and then you flip it. You find cosine and then you get the reciprocal. That's all you have to do. So let's do this one. And then hopefully that'll help you with these. I don't know if I could pause. I have people over here texting me. Sorry. So Get your circle. Let's find these. Sine of pi over 6 is 1/2, so cosecant is 2 over 1, or 2. Cosine of that is 0, so that's 0 divided by 1. So when I flip that, that's 1 divided by 0, which is undefined. This is over 1. This is 1 over the square root of 3. Oh, this is back when we were doing degrees still. So let's look at degrees. I know 45 is right here because 90 is here, 45 is here. Cosecant of 45. Well, here's 45. So cosecant is 1 over sine. So the sine is y, square root of 2 over 2. So sine is square root of 2 over 2. So I take the reciprocal, 2 over square root of 2. You could also rationalize the denominator. Either one is fine. And you get 2 square root of 2 over 2, because those cancel the radical, and it's just square root of 2. Those are equivalent. Okay, 5 is 180. 180 is right there. We want the secant, which is 1 over cosine. Cosine is your x value, so cosine is -1. Cosine is -1. Flip it, we still get -1. Cotangent of 360, which is 2 pi. 2 pi, so tangent is y over x. So cotangent is x over y. So 1 over 0, which is undefined. You can't just leave 1 over 0. You should write undefined. More practice. Cosecant, I'm going to write what they are. So that's 1 over sine. Cotangent, I like thinking of cotangent of x over y instead of y over x. Secant is 1 over cosine. Cotangent is 1 over tangent, if you want to think of it that way. Secant is 1 over cosine. Cosecant is 1 over sine. Then I'm going to just do the radian ones, okay? If you need to memorize the circle with degrees, then you need to do it. 1 over cosine. I'm not going to do that one. I'm not going to do that one. Not going to do that one. Not going to do that one. 1 over cosine. And so let's do the radians. Let's do the radians. So cosecant and pi. So I go to pi. I find the sine, which is y, which is 0. So sine is 0. So when I flip 0, that's undefined. Cotangent of -2 pi over 3. Remember how I told you to find that? So I find 2 pi over 3, which is right here, which means negative is this one right here, equivalent to 4 pi over 3. So tangent of 4 pi over 3. That's the one we're looking at. Now, if you remember, tangent is y over x. So what I said to do was get this is your numerator, this is your denominator, which is square root of 3. Or for cotangent, you could get the reciprocal or get x over y. So it's 1 over square root of 3. Because the 2's will cancel when you do multiply by the reciprocal. That is also equivalent to square root of 3 over 3. Because those cancel the square root. Either one of these are fine as answers. The next one is pi over 2, which is right here. Tangent is 1 over 0. But cotangent is x over y, so it's 0 over 1, which is 0. The next one is 2 pi over 3. 2 pi over 3. So I need the cosine. 2 pi over 3 is right here. Cosine is 1/2, negative 1/2. So reverse it, it's negative 2, the reciprocal. Just flip it. And then the last one, negative pi over 6. So I find pi over 6. Negative is this one, equivalent to 11 pi over 6. So cosine 11 pi over 6. That's 1 less than 12 pi. Cosine is your x, which is square root of 3 over 2. Take the reciprocal, 2 over square root of 3. Okay, this is just my work. This is my answer. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.